Alrighty. Alright, good. Good evening, fellas. Give me 1 second. Let me just configure this stuff. Pop out chat. You guys can hear me, I hope. Let me just put this thing over here on the top. Custom browser dock. +1 on sound. Nice. Perfect. Just putting some stuff there. Yeah. Alrighty. So today we will do Kubernetes, but we'll just finalize what we started doing last night. Which was... give me 1 second. No. Yeah. So let's just do... this, right? And then... let's do something like this, and then let's run our shell script there, just to run all of these containers and Prometheus and everything for development. Let's maybe do it like this. Cool. If the music is too loud, let me know so I can put it down. CDF alias nvm use to use the right node version, and let's run that. Hopefully our backend is running. No, not yet. Let's see what's happening. Nginx is down. Yeah, we don't really need Nginx here. So what is not running? API is running. What? Let's see the logs. It doesn't really like something. Images, packages, nah. Let's see. Also, my Postgres didn't run properly. Okay, weird. Let's run the... let's do this again. If you need help with React, man, like you helped me so much with Kubernetes, and I have a feeling you're gonna stick around at least for some time, I hope. I'm very happy to always jump on a call with you and teach you React, even in private, man. That's the beauty of streaming. We can learn from each other and stuff like that. So if you ever need any help, you know, I'm very happy to give you free, if I may say, whatever that is, free tutoring or whatever. So if you need anything, if you get stuck, just let me know. Nginx, please do, man. I mean it. We could always jump on a call. Let me just see what the hell is happening here. So connection refused. So it's like my Postgres is not running. Wait, let's see. What the heck? Postgres, yeah, the Postgres exporter. Postgres, where are you? Postgres database 1. Here it is. It is running. So what the heck? Yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay, let's let's just stop all of this crap. Well, let's go here again. CDA source development again. I guess there's something like this. Yeah, okay, so that's correct. Yeah. So let's try this this thing again. Maybe there's some concurrency issue of some sort or something. Let's take a look at our API now. Our API should... it cannot connect to 127.0.0.1.5.4.3.2, so it still can't connect to Postgres. That's super weird. What? Why? A little bit random, to be honest, and unexpected. I wonder if it's something related to Docker on 5000 API. Yeah. Let's just stop that, and then this will hopefully just rerun this thing. Yeah, it's literally not connecting to my Postgres for some reason. Yeah, it's ready to accept connections. It's exposed on the proper port. Yeah, exactly, right? So of course not. What a start of the stream, right? So random, so unexpected. Zari, my friend, good evening. What the heck, man, is happening? Makes no sense. Connection refused. Why? I mean, you know what? I'll just stop this crap and just delete it and rerun it again. Just wait for all the containers to stop. Prometheus, Alert Manager, Redis, Node Exporter. So let's just delete the whole thing. And let's rerun it again. So weird, man. So weird. Jurai, good evening, buddy. How are you doing? All right, so what? Did it now work? What the fuck is happening? I'm just starting the stream now, but I'm having hard time actually running things right now. So I just started streaming a minute ago. So bear with me for a second. For some reason, my containers are farting out here. API. Yeah, why is this? This makes no sense, man. What the hell is happening, dude? Why is connection refused? Yeah, literally. That's how I feel now. Yeah, exactly. Wow, okay. That's really weird. Really weird. No, that's not the repository, that's my Danish lessons. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I think the simplest thing to say is that it's using what it's supposed to, as what it always did, right? So something networking-wise must have changed just randomly. That's the problem with this Windows Linux subsystem. It's just sometimes things just don't work as expected. That's the problem. So I don't fucking know what is it using right now. It worked literally today. I've been building this. Like, I have a feeling if I restart this shit now, it's gonna work, right? So that is the irony. Let's just let me just stop all of this stuff again. So I'll just stop it again and I'll restart the Docker. It has to be that. I've seen this happen before. Just sometimes networking doesn't work properly on Windows Linux subsystem. I don't actually know. I have no idea why. Quit Docker desktop. Let's quit the Cassie, my friend, good evening. Docker desktop. Let me just try, yeah. Not the most fun start, is it? Especially not for me. But let's just try. Let's see if is Docker, is it running now? Docker desktop is running, all right. Let me also wait, just so I can read your chat messages easier, because I'm reading both YouTube and Twitch and I often miss it. Let's just open the Twitch chat here. Seeing you despair. I know, bastard. Yeah, well, I don't know why is it doing this, right? Like, let's see. So it says that host, let's, give me 1 second. Let me just hide myself for a second here. Give me 1 moment. I just need to check my... Give me just 2 seconds, fellas. I need to kind of try doing what Phil is suggesting. One second, almost done. Almost done. Almost done. Almost done. All right. Well, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Good. Now it's fine. Okay. Let's get back here. So as Phil basically suggested, yeah, I just had to update the local host from 127 to a host so now we're good. It's just sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and that is what's weird, right? So sometimes the networking works and sometimes it just randomly doesn't. So that is just and it in 98% of cases it works. All right, so really what I just want to finish now before we move on to other things is this thing, and I really want to do that because yeah, because then go back and do the Kubernetes as well and all of that stuff, right? So front end, what is this API? So we don't need the API now. We're not going to be doing much work with the API now today, or actually no work at all. So yeah, so if I go to my AI stuff, let's just finalize this, hopefully. Hopefully let's finalize it. Track window history, yeah. So I think last night we had something like this, use history or whatever. So let's actually just try to... Mashiko, good evening, buddy. Good to see you. So let's go to hooks and let's say here, use can go back. And I wanted to make a folder, not a file. So let's just, oh, come on, man. So yeah, so let's go here, use can go back, and let's say here, index ts. Yeah, that's really all we need. So now I was thinking a little bit today, just randomly, not explicitly, just indirectly, implicitly, about this back button thing, and I came to a conclusion that we can't have it here on the bottom because it doesn't make sense. Why it doesn't make sense is because you only see this bottom menu if you're logged in. That means that we need this back button probably somewhere here in the top. when you browse. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go to our new navbar that we built last night. That's not the one. It's gonna be, actually, I don't know which one it is. Global. No, it's not this one. It's this one, I believe. Yeah. This is the new stuff we built last night. This is the cleanest. React can be clean. Anything can be clean if you just. But thank you, man. It's just a matter of. Wait a minute. Sorry, can't go back. It's just a matter of practice and time and repetition, right? If you repeat something for thousands of hours, it becomes really just a pattern almost. So there's no other way. There's no other way to get to mastery without repetition. There's no shortcut. That is always. Raj, no, I didn't. I'll answer to you in a second. I need to just read it and figure out where can I find these blog posts. I didn't. I'll answer, I promise. Let me actually just, again, open this Twitch chat here. Let me just see if it works. Yeah, it does. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to see the YouTube chat there. Okay, can go back. Let me just test this. Console.log can go back. I really want to finish this because... yeah, but that's not sufficient. So let's go back here and here and I'm just going to actually print it like this. So it seems that as we navigate, there's shit tons of things in the history. Like we're not using replace, we're just using a history.push. And as we go back, we're not popping it. Are we popping it? Okay, yeah, we are actually. Can go back. Yeah, so history.length now is 5. That's super weird. How come that it's 5? Window.history. Window.history.length is 5. Why? So why is it 5 though? It makes no sense. I don't remember. I think I knew, but I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I mean, the core question now is, right, is like, can we depend on the history to achieve what we want, right? Is the history, right? Because we would need to get the previous, and that is the problem, right? Window.history. We need to. Yeah, I don't think that is gonna do. Yeah, this is an object, so. Is there a way to get the actual, maybe in the product, and maybe there's some other class that this inherits from, but I don't think so. There's a state here, push state length, go, scroll resolution, auto, replace state, push state. There's some getters there, there's back. So that is a bit weird, right? We don't know. Give me 1 sec. We need to figure this one out because is this now my first history record? Yeah. is there a more efficient API that can, with more reliability, tell us if there is a history record to go back to? Oh, nice, you found an article. Beautiful. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, location.key. Oh, let's actually, how, oh, my ego is so hurt now. How come that I don't know that? Dev, good evening, buddy. Thank you for coming. Wow, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, this I know, so that's fine. Moshiko, no, not really. A lot of libraries that I built, they're open source. Yes, you can go to GitHub. You can go, give me 1 second. You can go to Programmer Network. Where is the Programmer Network? So if you go here, you'll find a bunch of repositories that I open sourced. But the core isn't. Okay, I guess we can use this one, right? Location. My pleasure, my pleasure. So essentially, if we are to trust this, right? My pleasure, man. Thank you for asking. Okay, so if we're to trust this, right? Then we would implement something like this. And then we would say here, const location is use location, right? This is if we were to trust the internet, right? Ah, that's my that's my Grafana. George, buddy, good evening. Yeah, but I think so we need to make sure that we can go back to the page within the actual website. So we need to know the location as well, right? Or to say window.location. Something like not the path name, but the main, right? Or what was it? Host name, right? So we need to make sure to incorporate that as well, because we don't want to go back outside of the website, right? And right now I can see that this thing can go back false, okay? If I click on something, yeah, that's inaccurate now. Oh, and actually our question is wrong, right? So it should be, it's not default, whatever, right? Can go back true. All right, so yes, so fundamentally, yeah, let's give this to our AI. So this seems to work as well, but we need to make sure that the going back logic refers only to our host name, not if the user can go back to the page that referred. AKA refer. Hello, John. I don't know who is John, man. I don't know who you're talking to. Oh, you mean John though? I'm Alex. What's your motivational hack? I don't know also what you mean. My motivation is that I'm alive, healthy. I have a family, roof over my head. And my perception is my motivation. Every day when I wake up, I'm grateful to have what I have. And that it's pretty much that, right? I would be absolutely ungrateful for everything I have in life if I'm not motivated in every possible way. That's my motivation, basically. And of course, I love this. I love doing this. I love building things, and I love spending my free time on doing things like this. But fundamentally, my motivation is universal towards really anything that I do, and that is just appreciating life and you know, appreciating what I have, and not thinking too much about things that I don't have or that I didn't reach yet. So. And of course, my huge motivation is my kids and my wife. They're the family for me is everything really in life. So their support is crucial for my motivation. So in theory, this should already be working. Okay. That's at least if we're to trust the robot. Okay, so if I just so if I just do a little hack here, so if I come over here, logo section, and I just say here, can go back and go back just to test it out. Yeah, but fuck that. Why is that? That doesn't seem right. This in theory now should be saying, well, there's nothing that you can go back, buddy. Right? That's fundamentally, yeah. So it's not true. I think the AI just told us, hey, you're absolutely right when implementing. Man, design is the most difficult. I have, you know, this whole platform has been built in this stream, and I stream only a few hours a week, or sometimes not even for months. So the most thing that took me time is the design decisions. If I had a designer to help with this, this would go a million times faster, right? Design and UX, I'm not talking about UI, that's not that hard, but UX is the hardest thing when building a product. If you add, actually, Zaire, that's a very good question. Let's try that. Yeah, I think that's a very, very interesting one. Yeah. No, marketing just requires money, so that's different. Trust me, I work for Dream Data. We're building one of the most important products for marketers in the world. I know a lot about marketing. Marketing is a different game, and marketing simply requires a lot of money. You need attribution tool. It's not about keywords. It's about, so I work for a company called Dream Data. We're arguably today building the most amazing product for marketing attribution. And generally, I'm not gonna give you the pitch of the product, but fundamentally, the hardest thing to know for people who invest into marketing is how to attribute it to value. Let me tell you about it, actually. This is probably where, I've been working there as a tech lead for a few years, and I've been there for 4 years now. So let me actually tell you about it. So the hardest thing when it comes to marketing for all companies is this: you have money and you have advertising platforms, right? So you have Bing, you have Google Ads, you have Facebook ads, you have LinkedIn, which is for business to business the most relevant one. This one is the most important if you're selling to businesses, like okay, and various others, right? You have G2 for reviews, blah blah blah. Let's just stick to these. Now Gardic has $1,000. Let's use a small number. You have $10 a month to invest into marketing, right? And then you say, okay, I'm gonna put $2 into Bing ads. I'm gonna put, I don't know, $2, $3 into Google ads, right? And actually, I'm not gonna spend, and I'm gonna spend $5 on Facebook ads. Maybe I'm selling some shitty Chinese products to consumers and I wanna just advertise to normal people, depending on the demographic that you're selling to, right? But now I come to Gardic and I say, hey Gardic, how do you know which of these platforms worked? Because at the end of the day, what most people know is that they either make or lose some money. So now you would come to me and say, well, you know how, Alex, I invested $10 and I made $30 this month. So it must have worked, right? But you don't know how. You don't know if any of the value, you cannot attribute anything to Bing or Google ads or Facebook ads because you don't know what worked, right? How do you know which of the channels? So you're gonna have your campaigns and you're gonna execute some of these campaigns and some of these platforms, but you don't know which one of them worked. You can say, well, I can see that 10 people clicked on Bing and 20 people clicked on Google ads, 30 people clicked on, but clicking that conversion, these types of things in marketing I'll call conversions. And these conversions are usually when you're tracked, I have actually built the most amazing tracking script on the planet. It's a Dream Data tracking script. I can show it to you. This is our documentation for tracking. So I have built this and my team. This is probably arguably the most complete solution for tracking. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So if we get back here, right? So when you go to some website, you're gonna, some analytics script is gonna do analytics.page, and you, Gardic, you are gonna become an anonymous user. This script is gonna generate an anonymous ID. Then you will go and fill in some form on that website. You're gonna fill in newsletters form. Now your anonymous ID becomes user ID because now you gave us your email. So now you're no longer anonymous to us. Now we actually know who you are because we have your email. So the way that this happens, the script, whenever you fill in the form, the script does analytics.identify. We take your email, we hash it with SHA-256 or whatever. So we take your email and we convert it to some hash, so we don't share it over the network as a readable string. So now we know who you are, right? So now every time you convert, you do something on these platforms, we associate this conversion to you, right? We know who you are. So if you go and add some items to a shopping cart, well, because whenever you click that add button, when you say add, we do another conversion. We say analytics.track. Track is a method where you pass a conversion name. You say item added to cart, for example. And we know who you are because now we know your ID. So this is fundamentally how marketing works on this planet. And it's all about conversions and UTM mappings. UTM mappings are another variable in marketing world where you will often see when you click on a link in your email, it's gonna have a URL and then some query parameters there, and it's gonna have UTM channel email, UTM_campaign, whatever the campaign is that people have appended, marketers have, etc. So I mean, I could go on for 10 hours about this. Fundamentally, the hardest thing in marketing is tracking and associating value to your marketing campaigns. And in order to do that, you need a platform such as Dream Data. So we build a user journey for you. We have an amazing data science team that does this, of course. This is not magic. So this is the hard part of marketing. Knowing I threw some money at advertising, how do I know where the value, what is the most valuable channel for me? Is it Bing? Is it Google ads? Is it Facebook ads? Etc., etc., etc. So it's not the keywords. It has nothing to do with keywords. That is not the thing for 2 decades. It has nothing to do with keywords. There's tools for that and stuff. And I could go on for hours about this, but I'm sure that it's not interesting to many people. So I'll just continue writing code. So yeah, it's still going back, man. What the hell? Why? Yeah, that kind of sucks ass, man. Okay, now it's not going back. Go back. Okay, now it works. That's just bullshit, man. That is just people scamming you for money. There's no such thing as professional SEO skills. Marketing doesn't work like that. There's just some people still today who are falling for that shit. Because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as professional search optimization. There's so I can summarize for you now in 5 minutes what it means SEO. Let me summarize it for you to save you money. Literally, I've been working for a company, the most expert company on the planet for this right now. So let's break down SEO literally in 2 minutes. Let's talk about search optimization just for a second, right? Very simple. Just so you don't get scammed and pay people who have no idea in most cases what they're doing. So in order for search engines to find you, there's one fundamental ingredient that your website has to have and must have. And if it doesn't have this ingredient, nobody will ever come to your website. And that ingredient is called good quality content. So this is ingredient number 1. If you don't have the content on your website, no God himself cannot make people land on your site because there's nothing for them to find. Let's now imagine you have good quality content. Okay, well, now we can talk about optimization, right? What optimization? Well, how quickly does your site load, right? So do you have super large images? Do you have proper headings? How do you handle internal links, right? But this thing here now becomes merely a technical checklist. There's maybe 10 of these items that you have to ensure. Reduce the page load size. So number 1, this is everything. If you don't have this, then everything else is useless. So if you have good quality content, this is amazing, right? Then you continue with basic optimizations, and this is not related to SEO. For the sake of user conversion, for the sake of sales, for the sake of people continuing and not bouncing off of your website, you need to, let's see. Okay, well, first of all, you're missing a block, right? If you want to drive traffic to your website, of course, first you will drive it by paid ads. So you will advertise the site. Everybody does that. So this is, so when it comes to marketing world, right, and SEO, we have organic traffic, right? So there are 2 categories that we really care about. There's organic traffic and there's paid traffic, right? when it comes to these things, we're talking about organic traffic. We're talking about people finding your service naturally through search engines. For your business, that's never really going to be the case. Very rare. Only if you demographically position yourself to your area, that's different. But in your cases, most of the time, it's going to be paid traffic, right? You need to, of course, figure out based on, right? Sure, I'm just saying, if you want organic traffic on your website, you need to have some content that's interesting to people. So for example, you could have a YouTube channel related to your service. That's what many gym related services have. They offer coaching services physically, but then they expose themselves through YouTube, and then they get some organic traffic there. You can have a blog. So here, right before your pricing, you could have, I don't know, because I'm a gym guy as well. I'm also a fitness guy. So I'm also, I guess I can share my opinion there as well. You could have a blog here somewhere and, I don't know, share workouts or whatever. So here you could have either a blog or workouts or whatever. You would need some content that search engines can index and then people can find. But fundamentally, you have two types of most important content is paid content and paid traffic like ads, and organic content, which is you building something interesting to search engines so people can find you, basically. All right, sufficient. Let's not waste more time on that. Can go back. Let's finish this. So very nice. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's improve this now. That's very, very nice. Okay, so now where's this can go back? Yes, nice. So I think what I'm going to do, but of course we can't have it like this because so maybe we should just hide the logo for the time being. Good evening, boss man. Good evening, friend. How are you doing? Who knows? Let's not ask rational questions, okay? It works, so all right, cool. And let's put some arrow here, I suppose. So let's say here icon, right? And then icon name. Fuck, we don't have an arrow back, right? Let's go to our resource there, and then we need to push that as part of our icon library, right? Icons. So let's go back. Let's search for back. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Fuck it. Let's just smack it in and then improve. Let's not lose too much sleep over it not being perfect yet, right? Let's say SVG, and then we'll turn this once we're done. We'll yeah. Then we'll convert this back to SVG and stuff like that. Got this software developer interview next. You're anxious. I mean, I can't honestly help you there. I think a lot of people are nervous when it comes to interviews and stuff. So just, it's all about perception, right? You lived your whole life without that job so far. if you don't get it, I'm sure that you're gonna still live your life without that job, right? So I would not lose my sleep over it, if you get what I mean. Because I don't have this icon as part of my icon library, I'm trying it out, and if I like it, we'll then add it to our icon library. I know why this thing that happens as it does. I actually know. I actually know. It's because of this here. It's because of the nav link. So actually, instead of using the nav link here, I'm gonna use a div. I'm a good man. Yeah, maybe. I think I actually found the reason why. Yeah, I did. Okay, so basically we need to ensure that if you're all, yeah, I got it. All good. So here we need to say, hey, you know what? If window.location path name is this already, return, right? Don't add a new history state. That is the problem. That is the problem, right? I think this was the issue if my logic serves me right. So if I click this now, while already here, it shouldn't add anything to the history. And it didn't, right? So now if I go back here, yeah, so that was the issue, Zaire. Okay, superb. Very nice, very nice. No, it makes sense. I mean, that's just how the history works. It doesn't care about our use case, right? It's just like whatever you click and it adds it to the history. So we need to make sure that we don't add it to the history, right? No, this now works. This is super. This is really what we wanted, right? I mean, if we want it even more explicit now, we can think about the design. Maybe we should like, give me 2 seconds. Maybe we should, because you want the history API to be deterministic in such sense, right? Because maybe people would want that, right? In most cases, you wouldn't. That's why you do have this replace state, right? That's why you have the API to, because when you design these generic APIs, you can't design them with any assumptions. You just want to provide the interfaces and the tooling and decide people how they want to use it, right? So yes, in this case, it seems completely unreasonable, but maybe it's not unreasonable for every case, right? Exactly, right? So it's really not that. Okay. So I'm adding the back button here in the top. So if you go, it's going to be in the top right. This is how LinkedIn does it as well. Because now this covers both the state when you're logged in and when you're not logged in, right? So we're not gonna add the button there. Actually, let me remove it from there. So mobile nav bar. And good evening, man. Thank you very much for coming. So we did some shit here, right? Home. Yeah, we did this stuff, right? Only a few people from the stream, man. Most people don't care. Most people don't care about Programmer Network. Nice. But yeah, also if we log out, right, that back button is still gonna be there. So that's very nice. I like that a lot. Let's just maybe play a bit with that. Where is this thing? Yeah, I agree. I think it does look clean. Yeah. So the only now question is, should we like add some background around it? Let's just give it a shot and then we see what happens. Nah, never mind. It's good as it is. Yeah, I think we nailed it. I think this is super nice. It's very functional, clean, simple, and it's always there no matter what, unless there's no more history left. Yep, I think that's very, very good. And I'll rarely say this about any of this stuff, but I think, yeah, I think this makes total sense now. Because it covers both states, and the only thing now, of course, we need to hide it here if it's not the so can go back and is mobile, right? We don't want to show this on the desktop because on the desktop users can just navigate already how they want, also using the browser back if need be, so we don't care about that. And then I think the only thing that we're missing now is to merge the missing stuff that we have in production right now. Let me actually just pin this shit. Exactly. I need to put back this thing. So let's just evaluate that. Sign in. Yeah, so we're missing this, which is only gonna really be a profile and log out. We need notifications and this stuff. Yeah. Right. Okay. And then we'll need to reorganize some of this crap here. And to be very frank with you now, when I look at all of this, this navbar actually shouldn't even be generic anymore when I think about it. So I think, yeah, actually, because I wanted to make this part of a Yale, our core library, but now when I look at it, it's so custom that I don't think that makes any more sense. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'll just make this very, very specific to this project. I don't think that anyone would use this as part of the so what I'm basically saying is that I will simply move these options internal to this thing, and also this is mobile, so I'm gonna encapsulate all of this. So I'm gonna smack this thing in here because likelihood of someone using this in the way that I'm using it is marginal. It's almost non-existent. So let's not overgeneralize things which fundamentally will really only be used by us. And actually, these options I can keep. Maybe as part of. Let's just have here options.tsx. Yeah, this actually has to be a function that, because this evaluates to something, so we'll just have an anonymous function here. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right, so that we have in here now, I guess. We can clean this shit up. And now we can say here, import options from options. And yeah, this is a function now. So let's say here, maybe over here, const navbar options is, yeah, this is a shitty name, right? So let's call it get options. Get navbar options, even better. Cool. And then here we'll say const options is get navbar options. Cool. Yeah. Cool. And then if we go back here, we'll clean that up as well. We'll just say here const is mobile, is use mobile or whatever. Cool. Let's update the type. I don't know why these things are. Yeah, I will for sure. Then we have these selectors here. I mean, yeah, is authenticated. Yeah, sure. So let's yeah. Let's say here username authenticated username is authenticated yeah, cool. Cool. That we can get rid of in theory now if I didn't make any mistakes. Let's actually print these options now. It should still work, I believe, at least. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it does. Let's see. Log out. Are you a wise guy? Yeah, I don't know what it means. Can you elaborate? Everything's relative, I guess. All right, so that's cool. I don't know, man. I see. Oh, I see. I definitely try to play smart. No question about that. 100%. No question about that. If that's what it means, yeah, for sure. 100%. 100%. No question about that. But just because I try, well, if I'm managing it, if I manage to succeed it, that's you know, that's a different story. It's all about selling yourself and selling a perception of something, right? Let's face it. We're all trying to appear better than we are, aren't we? I mean, if you're not trying to do that, then you're doing something wrong. I can tell you that much for sure, right? Do I like Redux? Yes, I do. I love Redux. I wrote also my own version of Redux many years ago. I love Redux, yes. I think Redux is incredibly simple technology that, which is why I like it. I think honesty and vulnerability are charming. Yeah, absolutely. Depending on the context, right? It would be naive to think that the same patterns function the same everywhere, right? Okay, so this is awesome. This is great. This is great now. That works. So I think the only thing that we're missing now is this crap there, right, to the right. I don't think that they're bad. I mean, I've been using the Redux DevTools for many, many years, probably from the day that they were made. I don't use them much because my state is very stable and so it really depends on the complexity of the app, right? I rarely ever use the autoplay, the debugger, the testing and stuff. So it depends also to what degree you use them, right? So saying that they're bad, I think that's a little bit an overstatement. Can they sometimes behave a little bit strange? Sure, but I think they're a huge help, especially like this app has a very stable state and very well-defined state. So in that sense, but you know, when I worked at Airtame, we had a Redux reducer that was 5,500 lines of code long, right? It was managing transitions between our hardware, our PCB, wireless motherboard, and the application installed there, and this, and it was doing probably thousands of dispatches, you know, per minute or whatever. So in these circumstances, when you need to debug some stuff and why some state is really bad or why something doesn't work, these tools can become incredibly, incredibly useful, right? All right. Yeah, I see. Very easily could be. Very easily could be, right? I'm not a fan of any of these patterns, such as micro front ends and stuff. If they solve a problem for you, if they introduce less problems that they, if they solve more problems that they introduce, then more power to you, of course. But yeah, I'm not a very much, yeah, I'm not a very much a fan of that pattern. So if that's the case for you guys, then yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it is, I guess. Right now, I'm just building just rebuilding the new navigation. I was not very happy with how the navigation worked and stuff, and now I am. So I'm just trying to now finalize that, and then we might go back to our Kubernetes thing or something else. We'll see. I'll just move this crap there, and then we'll start removing stuff. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of these things that we no longer need. Yeah, there they are. Okay, nice. And we'll need to deal with some of the things right now, but that's fine. Let's just get rid of that. Go down here. Just inline it over here. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Now we have, I believe, some sort of an issue with that. Yeah, I basically dislike that deeply anyway. And let's just make sure that's only visible on desktop. It should be already. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Let's review this a little bit. Actually, let's leave that there. Let me just try one thing. Okay, so not that. Open user menu. Menu button, menu items. All right. I guess we need a z index here. Yeah. So we need the z index on all of them, it seems. Let me just test it. All right, let's not mess with that right now. This is just something I saw as we were doing this. Yeah, so I don't really like these icons anymore, but let's not actually lose our sleep over that now, because fundamentally we don't actually need to solve that right now. It's okay. And then we actually need to move these fellas over there. So we'll get rid of the children here, and then we're almost done with that part. Cool. And then somewhere over here, I suppose, we'll just smack this fella. There's a lot of state bullshit here. That's the problem, right? So if I now log out, right, this should also only be visible bear with me for a moment, please. Wait, didn't we log out? We did. So why is this still is authenticated in username and oh, I see. Oh, I see. I know why. Because we forgot this guy here, right? Yeah. All right, cool. And let's just smack this bad boy here. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. So we can't do this crap here. Okay. But we can also hide our top menu, I guess, when you're under the dashboard. Otherwise, we would need to redo this a bit as well. Or maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Because because this is now fully kind of custom, we're not going to generalize it. We could technically keep this here still, then get rid of this. But for now, let's just say that show this if window.location.path just need global. Yeah, this is the, yeah, if path name includes it, this is what I want. Yeah, so let's actually smack that in there. That's good that I found it. So let's just maybe come somewhere over here. Yeah, I can. Give me 2 seconds. Just using some logic that I just reorganize this crap. Oh, I see. I can't. Just give me a second, please. That's actually weird. That doesn't... How did that even work before? Yeah, now it's good. Okay. That's weird. What is the best advice for someone who wants to be good at problem solving? You have to practice, man. And you also have to ask yourself, why would you want to be good at algorithms? What is the ultimate value there? So the question is why? What do you think that thing is going to give you? You always need to understand why you're doing something. That's the fundamental question of all. Why, right? If you don't have a strong why, then you will fail. So without a why, it's pointless to even start, right? Because you will inevitably fail 100%. So you need to ask yourself, why do I want to do what I claim that I want to do, right? And why am I not that already? All right, so Mora, are you still there with the lazy loading stuff? All right, so so if we go obviously here, this is your best resource, right? So this is the short answer. Lets you defer loading components code until it's rendered for the first time, right? Call lazy outside of a component to declare a lazy loaded React component. So in simple words, right? We have an ability now to not preload everything in order for our things to work, but we can in fact load things by on demand, which means we can deliver smaller payloads of files to specific views. So for example, if I show you my app TSX in Programmer Network, you will notice one thing. You will notice that all of these views are lazy loaded, and they're lazy loaded, right? Because we want to only load some pieces of code if possible when users actually go there. So if I just visit page X, ideally we only want to get this minimum amount of footprint code for that page X, that view. Let's call it views. There's no such thing as a page in a single page app because it's just a single page, right? So that is really all that there is to it. Everything else is just a bullshit language, right? Fundamentally, lazy loading is a way to try and attempt, and this attempt depends also how you deal with your dependencies, if you have cyclic dependencies and if you have a bunch of the other things that could make this not so efficient. But React will usually give you the warnings that, hey, your lazy loading is not going to work deterministically in this context because this and that, right? It can be, but not necessarily. It's not about data loading per se. It's about simply trying to code split things so they're loaded by demand and not loading a 4 megabyte bundle as soon as users visit the website, right? So if I go to my homepage here, so actually if we go to production, right, and disable cache, so if I go over here, I disable cache, and then we look at the doc. And then we actually look at the old files. Let's try that. So we come here and we take a look at the things we're loading, right? So you can see we've loaded, let's find so injected.js, these are like the vendor libraries and stuff. This is not mine. This is a lot of these are actually coming from Chrome plugins, right? But fundamentally, you can see that we have some things which are very small, and usually these are like, we can find them here: get user config, use form. So you can see some of them are in bytes, right? Then if we keep looking, this is the index, right? So if I wasn't code splitting, I would, in theory now, in practice, actually load a 4 megabyte file, right? If we didn't code split and if we didn't lazy load. So the point is, try not to preload everything, right? Being good at problem solving and algo is the key for efficient solution, and handling complexity also is crucial for learning programming. That's my answer. Practice make perfect. Did you write that, or did the robot write that? You don't learn problem solving. That's literally impossible. You don't sit down and you like learn to become good at problem solving. You become good at problem solving by solving problems, right? So there's no theoretical direction or way to tell you this is how you, right? And it has nothing to do with complexity either, right? Complexity is something that you don't understand, and then when you do it, it's no longer a complexity, right? So complexity is always something that's unknown to you, and it's very subjective. What might be complex for you and me might not be complex for someone else. Not just the first page. I mean, again, in general, right? In general, it's very simple, right? If you have a single page app, My pleasure. You want to have it split into as many of these little fragments as possible, right? So ideally, when I go to page N, I only load dependencies needed for this, right? Not dependencies for all of this, right? So if I go to page N, ideally I can load as less code as possible for this page to work. Then I go to page Z, and then I load with page Z. Sometimes they will need the same code, right? That's where code splitting and that's where these tree shaking algorithms help, right? You have this tree, and then it kind of tracks which of these nodes is using which code, right? But fundamentally, that's why, yeah. It's kind of funny. Do they not explain that here? Maybe they don't. I don't know. But that's kind of in simple words, right? Give me 2 seconds. All right, cool. So are we actually ready now to deploy this is the question, right? I really want to unit test this thing now. I really wish to unit test this thing, this navbar now, because there's a lot of complexity in there. And it's a thing that we can't allow to fail. But also testing this is going to be painful. We have a lot of these hooks that we will have to mock. So I'm not actually sure if I want to spend the time on that right now. It absolutely would, right? It absolutely would. But again, going to the previous discussions about some other things, you have the tools given, and then, oh, fuck, actually. Oh, this is production, good. And maybe it would be better if there's an image of a person here rather than this thing, right? What if we make this like an image instead, as the last change for this thing? Where is this thing? I think I have an avatar component. Yep, I do. I do, yeah. SRC. Give me a second. Invalid URL provided. Okay. Give me 1 second. Application. Let's go to our Redux store. Let's go to the state, user, data. So I do have an avatar, in fact, right over here. Okay, so let's go to our app and get that from the actual state. Do I have some custom selector for an avatar? Select authenticated user avatar. I do. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so let's say const authenticated user avatar is use app selector, select authenticated user avatar. Yeah, let's import that. Sure. Then we'll go to our navbar over here. So we'll say avatar, right? And then we'll smack the bad boy over here. So we're gonna say username, avatar, and then we'll username, avatar, and then if we get over here, we'll do that. that should practically be the proper, I hope that should be a valid avatar, right? Let's see. Oh, what? Ah, we used the wrong selector, right? We used the wrong selector. Okay, there's the avatar there now. Let's fix that up a bit. Avatar global. No, that's not it here, right? Avatar. Yeah. Avatar. Yeah. Sure. Does it have, do I not provide a class name? Yes, size. Okay, I don't remember how I built this. And what is width 8 in Tailwind? That's 32 pixels. Okay, so we'll just say number of 32. Then we'll get rid of this crap. Well, you have an effect that runs when you click a button to fetch data. You would fetch that data on the handler inside of the button. So maybe it's just miscommunication, but I hope if you have a button and you need to trigger data fetching, then you would fetch the data in a handler for that button, right? So you would have a handler on click, and inside of here, you would do whatever, axios dot la, right? A lot of people use these effects in React. I'm not saying you are, so please don't misunderstand me. But I've seen throughout the years people, I don't want to say misusing the basics of the library itself, but a lot of things that people put inside of these effects should have never been at the first place in these effects at all. Same with the for example, second most common mistake I see people making with React is initial state. A lot of people will have initial state that's synchronous, right? Then they will use an use effect to preset. They're gonna use effect, right? Let me just write a meta code, and in there they will be like set initial state, whatever. You don't need to do that. If you're getting, for example, state from local storage and you want to sync it with initial state of a component or from the URL, you just pass that to your initial state. So you might have a use state, something like a set a, right? And then here you set your synchronous initial state. So there's a lot of these kind of very basic things that can be optimized oftentimes. People misuse the effects a lot, which leads to having a very hard time knowing when something happens. This is when React starts being very painful. Once you have I've been with my wife for 17 years, so I'm not allowed to think that way, Gardic. Okay, yeah, I get the issue is the button is separate in a canvas context rather than an age. I see. Ah, this is okay. So we have this thing now here, which is also very nice. I like that. It's not completely terrible. Let's see what else. My pleasure, man. What's the key to happy marriage? I mean, I think the key to the key to any happiness, especially with multiple people involved, right, is understanding that sometimes in life, even when you're right, you have to, just for the sake of being smart, accept you're wrong. Also, two people need to understand exactly that I mean, when you decide to have a family, you then have to decide that you just need to think in a community type of way, not in a personal way anymore. So, but I think fundamentally it's really finding the right person that complements you rather than like people often seek for partners like, oh, he or she, they're the same like me. If you ever find someone that's the same like you, just run away. You don't want the person that's the same like you. You want the person that complements you. So for example, I'm probably more of an extrovert than an introvert. I'm an idiot, and my wife is polite and kind and calm and stuff. So we complement each other. If she was like me, we would kill each other. And if I was like her, we would get bored in 5 minutes probably, right? So fundamentally, it's people often seek people who are the same like them, which is the problem. Even if you find a friend that's the same as you, you're going to get very bored very quickly because you're just going to agree about everything, right? And that's a boring type of thing, right? It's just agreeing with someone all the time is boring. You just stagnate. You don't learn anything new. You need somebody, you know, that gives you new perspectives. And that's why I like to talk to people that I disagree with more than I like to talk to people that I agree with, because yeah, I can learn something from them. And even if what they're saying might or might not be wrong or whatever, you still have an ability to at least challenge your own thoughts and then go home and think. You know, at work I have some awesome colleagues who are smarter than me, way smarter than me, more, at least raw IQ smarter than me. And I like having these discussions with them, because it's sometimes we disagree and respectfully, and then I go home and I'm like, actually, you know what, this guy was right. And then I go to work next day, I'm like, actually, man, you know, you were right. And vice versa, sometimes I'm right? But key to anything is really yeah, finding someone that complements you, not that's the same like you, right? Because if I had a partner that was the same like me, one of us would be dead for sure. One of us would be dead for sure, no question about that. I could not imagine one of me existing on this planet. Like, no way. Even I am already way too much, and one of me would be like too much, right? Let me just try one thing. What if I say sticky? Just want to try something, bear with me. Hi from Brazil, Wellington. Hey buddy, good evening. Good to see you. Okay, that is interesting. Actually, I like that. And I suppose we would need to be like MB 50 pixels, right? Yeah, we would need to kind of push all the content down by 50, right? Maybe. Or would we? Maybe not, actually. Nice, man. That's pretty awesome, actually. Okay, let's try to smack this to production. I mean, I'm sure that something's gonna be broken. Yeah, guy. I really wish that I have the time for all of that stuff, unfortunately. Even these few hours I can stream a week. Even that. So what perspective would you recommend for a person who does not like waiting? Well, tell your person about it, right? Try to resolve it as a normal, you know, just try to resolve it. I mean, communication. I mean, look, I'm gonna say some things which are even idiotic, right? I mean, everybody knows this. It's very hard to maybe apply it in practice. But communication is everything, man. If you're having problems at work, it's most likely communication. If you're having problems in your family, with your wife, your husband, it's most likely communication. So it's always really boils down to, if you're having sexual problems, your partner is not satisfying you sexually, probably communication problem. So it really all boils down to talking to each other, right? And it's really always, the answer is always so simple and yet so complex, right? Of course, it's easy to say, oh, it's just communication. I get that, but that's just how it is, man. You can't, like, if you're having a I mean, to be very frank with you, Mora, I don't actually care much about exposure. I mean, I've kind of already given up that my stream or my content is ever going to become something. I really just do it genuinely when I feel like I have something to say. But to be very frank with you, I don't care anymore. I went through this phase when I started streaming. And I streamed a lot. I streamed every day a year ago, right? Because I thought that, but this type of content is no longer required, man. You know, I used to make 200 euros an hour just mentoring people one-on-one. And today you can see actually here 99.9% of you, for example, are not capable, I get that, to even pay, let's say, $5 a month. So this type of content really is like, for many of you, it's like, yeah, it's nice to watch Alex sometimes. But if he's gone tomorrow, who gives a shit? There's 5 million other people I can watch, which is literally how it is. So I no longer care either. I just stream when I want, and sometimes I'm not gonna stream for 3 months. It's because I do this purely for fun. There's absolutely zero gain in any materialistic sense from this. I mean, I make more than 100,000 euros a year, right? Yeah, annual salary. So for me, for this stream is literally a liability if I would even want to calculate it through, you know, some sort of means of materialistic gain. So I rather not even do that. So who cares? I mean, it's not gonna. I'm not that type of a content creator. I'm not an entertainer, right? I'm not here to like. A lot of these guys, few of these guys who are popular in this programming community, they're just talking crap 24/7. They're entertaining younger population. They're entertaining, they're shitting on, I don't know, JavaScript or PHP. So the content they sell is not the content that I do, right? And and it's never gonna be. I'm never gonna be a content creator that somebody's gonna, right? Absolutely, man. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. This stream is going to exist for many, many years because I love doing this. It's just I gave up on any sort of I don't have any strategy like, oh, today I just come and some of you guys show up and you're amazing and we have nice discussions. And honestly, that's all I want. I mean, that's all I really care about. As long as there's few interesting people around that I can chat with, ask for an opinion. This is social. We hang out together, right? So, but besides that, honestly, there's very little incentive for me to, because YouTube became highly oversaturated. I mean, I record some videos. All of my videos are purely recorded based on my experience, and to actually for YouTube to put it in front of people, it's almost impossible. Another problem with my videos, right, is that I don't do these engagement tricks, right? You have a lot of these people, I think, let me show you one thing. How many images, let me show you one, for me, very depressing fact. Let me show you. How many images do videos with good engagement switch every few seconds? Videos with good engagement often switch images or camera angles every 3 to 10 seconds. So what I'm showing you here is that in order for a content creator to make a video where an average person today that can't focus on anything longer than 5 seconds watches, you need to do all of these psychological tricks like, look at this. Videos with good engagement often switch images or camera angles every 3 to 10 seconds depending on the content and audience. Images or angles keep viewers engaged, right? But when I record a video, man, I just like share my experience. I stare at the camera. So if I find some of my videos, I don't even know actually how to find it. Fuck, I guess here. So when I record my videos, right, I'm like staring at the camera for 4 minutes. Let me show you one thing.
Hi there, friends.
So I don't switch images. I don't try to keep these fucking incapable people of focusing, right? I just share a thought for 5 minutes. Look at this depressing thing now. So 250 views for this video. 7 hours watched. Look at this now. Average view duration 1.4 minutes. So you can, of course there's two perspectives here. You can say, Alex, you're boring like fuck and nobody likes your videos. Is that an option? Is that a possibility? Absolutely it is. Maybe that is in fact the case, right? I don't think so whatsoever. The reason why I don't think so whatsoever is because I've seen average view duration from these so-called popular content creators, and their average view duration is very similar. So in simple words, I'm not going to like spend my life creating content for free for people who are incapable of focusing for 4 minutes. That literally depresses me. I can't believe that we have reached such a point in society where a person, and this is just because of the oversaturation of content. You go to YouTube and why the hell would I spend looking at this asshole for 4 minutes when I have 7 other billion videos? I actually read a super good book about this if you care. Let me show it to you. There's a really good book that I read. I read it in around 30 minutes. It's called The Dopamine Detox. I highly advise this book. You can literally read it in an hour. It was like 72 pages. And it speaks about the syndrome, why these things like short videos, what is it called? The TikTok, whatever the platform, YouTube Shorts and these other platforms, why they exist. Is because an average human today is incapable of focusing on really anything for any reasonable amount of time. All right, so our new menu is live. Let's see if it works. Let me check it on my phone, which is even more important. Programmer network. Nice. Login, articles, courses. Nice, nice, nice. Let's try the back button. Back. Ah, man, finally what I wanted. I can now actually have a very good navigation on my mobile. Ah. Give me just 1 second. I'm checking it on my phone. One moment, please. Just want to make sure it's awesome. Oh, hi at wrong email. Network, programmer network. Okay, nice. So what can I do here? Go to profile. All right, so that's not ideal, but it's fine. Programmers. I mean, okay, there's going to be some additions, some adjustments and stuff, but it's so much better than before. So much better than before. So it's not complete fully yet, but honestly, I'm very happy with it. It's million times better. At least now you can actually navigate and get anywhere you want. And if I log out, nice, nice, nice. Home, great. Okay, good. This is, okay, there's something wrong that I found. Home. The highlight styling, yeah, I mean, this highlighting will probably remove. I can also see that, yeah, for sure, there's some little glitches, definitely. There's some small glitches we'll fix, no work, because I can see now clicking here, on the logo actually doesn't do anything. Oh, what happened here now? Okay, did we like crash our API or whatever? I think we did. It doesn't really matter. We'll yeah, let me actually go ahead and API programmer network. Yeah, I'll just redeploy the API. Something got messed up, I think. Yeah, it's probably down. Yeah, let me just trigger this redeploy. Hopefully I can rerun it like this. Yeah. Thank you everybody for your follows. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. That's very good. So it's a lot better. It's a lot better. There's still something. It's not perfect. It's far from it, but at least it's functional now. Let me actually go to my Grafana. Let's see what happened. Let's log into Cloudflare very quickly here. Let's go to VAF. Nah. Let's go to IP addresses maybe. Nah. It's always a mystery where it is. Okay, so it's actually here. Websites, programmer network, security, I believe. Oh, they have the AI audit. Fuck, we need to try this. I haven't tried this service. Where's my worker routes, rules? Security, yeah. Why? They keep changing this stuff. Let's go to VAF. Let's go to custom rules. Block IP addresses, yes. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, it's actually this one here. Allow access to my Grafana. Yeah, sorry. So let's go to the manage lists here and what's my IP? Sure. Let's edit this list. Let's remove this existing key. Let's add a new one. I'm not using AWS, man. We're using GCP, and for this project I would never use it. That makes no sense. It makes no sense, my friend. All right, so let's wait for the DNS to propagate, even though it should have happened already. It's a bit weird that it didn't. Did we actually add the did we actually add it security? Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay. Was it this? Yeah, okay. Let's see why our API failed. So if we go to API logs, yeah, there's actually nothing here. That's super weird. Did we restart the API? Yeah, we did. Okay. Okay, so it's fine, but it's super strange that it just crashed and we are not seeing anything. Let's see here in the statistics last 1 hour. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Postgres database, let's take a look at the database logs here. Average CPU usage, yeah. Also looks fine. Cloudflare is Cloudflare offers a lot of different types of tools, right? I'm not you can do like serverless stuff on Cloudflare for free using their workers. I'm not using that. I'm mostly using but with Cloudflare, right, you get the a lot of security stuff that I mostly use, right? But I don't use any serverless stuff, right? Everything is hosted on Hetzner for us, right? So everything is hosted on bare metal, if you may, right? But Cloudflare is amazing, and it's most likely my favorite company, right? Because you get all of this stuff for free. You can also route traffic through their IP ranges, right? So that's what we do for programmer network. So what you do on your firewall level, on your host level, or your router level, right? You say, hey, I only allow traffic from these water drink. Kirill, my friend, good evening. So this is what you do, right? You say, hey, I only allow traffic from these IPv4 and IPv6 IPs, right? And then, of course, you have a lot of other things, as I showed, right? So if we go, for example, to programmer network, you can see that we have here under security and under WAF, right? We have some custom rules. So, for example, you can say, hey, any traffic that's coming. So, for example, if we go to some of the rules, like, right, you saw that I'm protecting my Grafana subdomain, so it's only accessible from my own IP. Then I have a rule, for example, for blocking any VP/VP dash requests to my API, because usually it's bots. It's the bots trying to sniff your websites and check what you're running, right? So I'm saying, hey, if my API gets hit with /VP dash in it, block this traffic, right? So this is right. Then we have some of the other things here. Then you have the rate limiting rules here. So you can have a rate limiter in front of it, right? So you say, hey, I allow 60 requests per 10 seconds, for example, right? And stuff like that. So this is just, then you have the page shield, you have the page rules, you have the DDoS protection by default, you have the events, you have the, like you can see like some of the custom rules, so we can see something was blocked. So you can see this was me being blocked by going to Grafana by my own rule. As you can see, this is Telenor Denmark. Then you have the analytics here, of course, how many total requests are coming to your API, how many users. You have the DNS, my whole DNS is actually here on, and there's a bunch of other stuff, right? So we can see here, like last 24 hours, we had 230 unique visitors to Programmer Network. Last 30 days, I will drink. There we go. All right, cool. Either way, this now hopefully should be fine, and it is. And we need to fix some things because I can see here that. So if we go, is the Cloudflare the only security measure you make, or do you build security? Security is a very broad subject. You need to build, under quote, security on every layer of your app, right? So you need to define, of course, what security is. Cloudflare is just infrastructure, right? You need to build in, you need to sanitize, validate your inputs. You need to implement browser-based security. You know, like, you need to protect yourself from various other things, and you do that by building your code by having security first, right, on top of your mind. Security is very broad, and also we have our own Kubernetes cluster here. This is a different type of security, right? I have to secure my cluster, network, the router, the modem, the bunch of other things, right? So security is a lot of things, right? And there are different layers of security from. I'm not concerned about any attacks. There's no platform is fully safe-proofed. Such thing doesn't exist. That's why development is a never-ending cycle. But I'm not worried about anything. If somebody knows how to prevent something that might be wrong, then it would never get wrong, right? So you cannot really formulate such a question. If I knew that something with my platform was wrong, it wouldn't be wrong, right? I would fix it. So it's impossible to conceptualize that. Well, if you use HTTP only cookies, then that's not possible, right? You can see on programmer network, right? We're using HTTP only cookies, which, right? So you cannot hijack an HTTP only cookie, right? Because you cannot access it with JavaScript, right? So there's always prevention measures when it comes to these things, but then each one of these things affect your product in a different way, right? So you need to build these things in a way, right? You can see HTTP only cookie, secure cookie, same site strict. So once you enforce these security measures on your cookie, then hijacking a cookie is not easily possible, right? Yep, exactly. I mean, but Michael, yes, my answer to that is yes. All of these measures are put in place. This is a checklist, right? This is not some sort of an abstract, this is not like an abstract personal type of opinion or choice. You, based on your formulation of your last question, it's clear that you know what you're talking about in that sense. And the answer is yes, of course that we have CSS, like cross-site forgery prevention, CSP and stuff, and that's very easily you can very easily check that, right? So if we go here and we type programmer.network, for example. Actually, that's not the site that I wanted. What was I don't actually remember the website. Wait. Yeah, so let's try programmer network, right? For example, programmer network for security report, grade A, headers, content security policy, permission policy, refer policy, content type options, X-frame options, blah, blah, blah. So you can see we have thought about that as well, right? Ah, I see. It's about, I think your checklist is good. The only thing that I wish that I'm not doing myself is authentication, because I'm also not using any authentication provider. I built authentication myself, just using JSON Web Tokens and then directly connecting to. And the main reason why I don't want to do that is because I don't want to worry about users' passwords, right? But because this platform is not making money and there's a high probability it never will, I cannot afford to pay Auth0 or Propelauth or any other provider. So if you would ask me, Michael, is there something that you would do differently security-wise, I would say, well, I would probably not do authentication myself. That is the only thing that I would change. But with all of the other things, I thought about all of them. And of course, nothing is absolutely secure. If it was, things are hackable, people make mistakes, and security issues usually arise from people's mistakes, nothing else, right? But you do as much as you can, and you hope that you, done the best possible work you can, right? Give me just 1 second. I didn't know that there's so many things we can bump here. So actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm just gonna very quickly take a look at our API. Ooh, okay, let's just try that. I'm just going to go here very quickly. I haven't streamed in months, so which means I haven't worked on this, so we haven't had a chance to AJV. AJV is my own library. Let me actually go. What did I do there? AJV is my own library. And what did I do? Is this what it's... Yeah, I don't have to update that for now. That's okay. No, it's not this one. It's this one. No, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We don't need to do that. AJV cookies, AJV. So actually, that's pretty good. I would expect that there's more, but there isn't. So let's just do like PMPMI. Let's take a look at our Docker here. No exports. Okay. So I think we might have broken something, which is fine. Let's just... Sergio, good evening, buddy. How are you? I'm good, man. What about yourself? No exports defined in app, node modules, file type, package JSON. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know if this is an actual issue or is this just our Docker image failing here. Because then we would have to kind of rebuild this, right? A lot of work, but happy. Very nice, man. Congrats. Congrats. Let me just give me 2 seconds. If I go to infrastructure, because I need to check my Docker Compose, especially the override one for development. So I do actually... Yeah, Sergio, I wasn't around for like 3-4 months. I didn't just feel like streaming. I was focusing on some other things. But I recently came back a week or 2 ago, and yeah, good to be back as well, man. Oftentimes just hanging out with you guys. Kirill, I'm so happy that you're here. Kirill, actually, fun fact. Kirill helped Kirill High Spectra here in chat. He actually built this notification system. He's done amazing work. So he helped with this project as well. He was actually the only contributor that actually did something that I'm proud of. A bunch of other people, they thought that they want to help, but they thought that they want to join, but many of them actually haven't done anything. Kirill was the only one who actually did. So that was amazing. Very talented, very talented. No, I'm dead serious, man. You gotta give credit where credit is due, right? Okay, let's refresh this container. All right, so yeah, okay. Let's not update the file type, but let's do update the other dependency. So what did we update? We updated the cookie. And let's just take a look at this changelog very quickly, just so we don't introduce some security or some other potential issues, right? So let's take a look at Fastify cookie here. Actually, no, over here. Let's go here to releases. So we want to upgrade from 9.3.1 to 9.4. So let's search for 9.3.1. So this is where we are. Okay, so most of these changes really are fundamentally just mostly comments. Okay, well, that's great. Let's push this, in fact, and let's deploy it to production. There's no fear over here. Axios should be fine. It's a minor change, so we should not be worried to push that. Let's deploy that as well, and let's generate this message with AI. Let's push this, and let's take a look at our CI here in the API. All right, so that's going to build and deploy and redeploy that thing, so that's great. Okay, cool. Oh, did I not pull from the master? I don't think I did. Yeah, there's some references broken here. I don't know why we get sometimes into these things, but let's, I get it. Let's just give this to AI. I don't know how to fix that. I don't remember. I had this problem before, I just don't remember. It's just gonna give me, hey, remove these files. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or prune would be even better, right? Yes. Would that work though? No. Okay, so we need to nuke them. And then we can prune again. And then we can get pull, right? Okay. Interesting. All right, and now, yeah, now we have the menu here. Okay, not done fully, not great, not perfect for sure, but a lot better. A lot better than before, especially the mobile one. I'm super happy because I could literally not navigate mobile without getting super pissed. And now at least there's some bugs that's expected. We just did it in like 3 hours, so that's the price we have to pay sometimes, but it's definitely better than it was before. And I think, yeah, the API is probably deploying right now. Was it actually deployed? Yeah, it was. Hopefully successfully. Yeah. Oof. Okay, great, super. Okay, great. Okay, so now we need to deploy some other repository, which is our, okay, so that's another thing. I don't remember that. So I'm kind of getting back into all of these projects that we've built so many of these repositories. So we have some pull requests here, some suggestions and pull requests. I guess I have actions for this, right? How did I do this? This is our core library. So if we go to GitHub workflows, CI. Is it gonna publish to npm? Yeah. Now, oh, superb. That's amazing. Okay, so let's do another thing. So let's open up. Let's open up the Louis GUI repository, and I think here with this new navbar, we had. If we go here, we had some icons, right? I actually have this bell icon here as well, which I don't remember how it looks like. Let's go to notifications, just for fun. No, this is the service. Notifications component somewhere here. And let's use a different notification bell. I just want to try this one, bell icon. If I like it, then we're going to override the existing one we have in production. So if I do this, I don't actually care about these things. Yeah, I actually do like this one better, but let's not do that now. All right, so what I will whatsoever do, we need these two icons, right? So we're gonna have to do the process. We have our own icon library as part of our core library. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go to src components. No, I remember. It's actually assets, src. No, it's not. Okay. So icons, but where's my SVG's assets icons? Yeah, I was right. So where's the assets? Oh, over here. I'm so blind. Yeah, I have a headache. I'm sorry. Yeah, what is this? Our API. Let's close that. We don't need that anymore for now. So we have a menu icon. So we're gonna say icon a burger menu. Let's call it burger menu SVG. Yeah, I don't know why it's not being auto formatted, but whatever. Icon, close menu, close icon. So let's create an icon close SVG, icon close to SVG, because apparently we have another one already. And then what was the other icon? Bell icon. Yeah, let's not go with that. We're gonna nuke this crap. Okay, so if I remember well, I'm using SVGR. If you don't know, there's a React SVG. SVGR is also something I built a library for this. SVGR turns your SVGs, raw SVGs, into React components, which is how I'm building my own icons here as part of our programmer network UI library. So if we go to icons, whenever we're gonna do that now, we're gonna extend this with a few more icons. How we do that? Well, we have build icons command, which takes the raw icons and then creates components off of them, right? So we have two new icons that we're gonna build now. So we're gonna say nvm use to use the right node version, and then pm build icons. There's a high probability it's gonna fail due to one thing. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Yeah, and that's failing because of some config that I have for prettifying stuff. So there's two lines that I need to comment out. I don't remember where they were. Yeah, so this sort imports thing and this, yeah. So I think it's two of those that are failing. So I'll try this again. And that should succeed now, if I recall. I don't, maybe not. Yeah, there's something wrong with my icons. Give me a second. Where are they? Icon. Oh, it's this props thing, right? I forgot to remove that. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. So if we take a look at, yeah, that's not good. No, it's actually fine. So we're now going to do this, and then I'm going to be like pm format. And then it should be able to format. There's some discrepancy between these libraries for some reason. But we can see now that we have two new icons. We have SVG icon close 2, and icon burger menu. And this navigation I'm going to actually discard from here because I don't need that. What has changed in here though? Do we have some dependencies which are not locked? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we can't have that. Yeah, we can't have that. So that's the problem. Okay. Let's remove the log file, pnpmi again. Let's refresh this. Okay, that's correct now. Let's bump this and let's push it to npm. So version 195, believe it or not, yeah, this is almost 200 times I deploy this library. So you have some idea. Cool and cool and cool. We'll add all of this, add 2 new icons. Matty, my friend, good evening. Snail, good evening to you as well, buddy. Good to see you guys. All right, let's push this. I think it's, oh crap. I think we need to tag this. Yeah, we can't just push to master. I believe the way that I've done this for Yale is I need to create the tags. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, there's 183 tags. Crap. I forgot, man. Sorry, my brain is so... I've done it at least a few thousand times, probably. Yeah. Yeah, but then we push to that tag, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Current version is what? Like... Yeah, that's what we... Okay. So git tag, what was it? Crap, my brain. Where is it here? 10195, right? Yes. Yep. Okay. Nice, here it is. We're missing a V in front of it, but fuck it. So, yeah, so now in theory, we should have our CI running, but it's not. And I think it's not because we missed that V in front. It's just been so long since I don't remember how, yeah. Yeah, but this is not going to trigger our yeah, this is fine, but this is not going to trigger our deployment, our actions. That's the problem. Shit. Ah. Wait, let me try another thing very quickly. This should trigger it, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll take a look at how I wrote. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And if I just to kind of remember again how I done this back then, I think I have some match on the tag. Yeah, you can see here. So here it is. So the tag has to have this prefix. It's almost like a regex. It has to start with V and then whatever later on. So that's why it didn't trigger the CI once I pushed. So you can see now it's going to create a release. It's going to do the linting. It's going to publish the storybook, and then it's going to publish to npm. Hopefully, it's been so long. When did I do a last publish? Probably months ago. No, these are the scheduled things. Yeah, so 4 months ago. Yeah, so that's why I don't remember. That's why I don't remember. All right, let's wait for that. Let's wait for that. Hopefully that's going to succeed. I don't actually know, to be very frank with you. It's been maybe my npm token has expired or something like that. Who knows? Okay, and let's maybe just fix some of these things that I see here. So if we go now to this project and we go to, we'll actually nuke this soon if that thing succeeds. If we go to navbar again, no, it's not this one. We need to also delete that. That code is no longer needed. So yeah, this is a little bit problematic right now, because for some reason, let's take a look at that. Yeah, this is what we're missing. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Then yeah, someone mentioned these highlights. Yeah, they're kind of useless, especially on mobile, I believe. Maybe we should disable them there. Maybe we should just disable that highlighting on mobile. So I guess we could do that. I think I wrote some utilities for that, didn't I? Maybe here. Yeah. So this way, also maybe, let me just zoom in a little bit here. Could you upload your current? Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it right away. Upload image. There you go, my friend. My pleasure, man, of course. Maybe just another little optimization here. Oh, please succeed. Please succeed. It's now going to push to npm. It's going to deploy the package. Maybe just a slight optimization there would be that and then I'll clean this up in one of the other sessions that we do. But I basically never want the back button to be shown if you're on the feed. So only I never want that to be shown there. So if you're here, then you're there. Super, super. Very good, very good. Okay. Oh, did we push this to npm? That's beautiful. If we did, that's super. Let's take a look at that. What's this library we're talking about? Yale. Oh yeah, we did. Oh, so nice, so nice. Okay. So let's go back here and let's search for Yale. Let's bump it up here. Let's pmi that. Hopefully these two new icons will be there for us to use. We can also check that in our storybook here. If we go to icons, we can search for burger. Yeah, here it is. Burger menu. Close. Icon close to. Cool, cool, cool. So we have it. Beautiful. That means that this file we can get rid of fully. Then we should get an error at this point. Good. Very good. That's what I expect. And then here I should be able to use my icon components that has a name, icon name of icon close. Wait, what did I just remove? I forgot. Oops. Okay. Icon close to. And I'm just going to reload the TS server because I don't think it's understanding the new types now. Because icon close to should exist now. Nice, it does. And here now we're going to say icon as well. And we're going to say a name, burger, icon burger. Oh, so nice. Okay. That should still be the same, but now our icon should be coming from our library, and they do. Perfect. Super. Great. Great, great, great. Okay. So we'll then deploy that, and that's good now. That's cleaned up. Yeah, that's also better in my opinion. Yeah, that could be better, but it will be, so it's fine. And we have nuked this file, right? Yeah, super. Okay, let's push this to prod as well. Push. And this is deployed. Let's go to another project. Programmer network frontend, right? Yes, yes, where is it? Shit, there's a lot of dependencies here that we could technically update, and I probably should. I'm not gonna do it now, I'll do it off stream because that's not super fun, but also, is there a React? Yeah, I need to close these. I'll do that later after the stream. Let's take a look at the actions or Cloudflare pages, basically. Hey man, just starting my web dev journey and there's so much to consider. Treat that as a feature, not a bug. That's why this industry is beautiful. I've been doing this for 20 years and I still suck in so many things. So yes, there's a lot of things, and that makes it really amazing. It's really fun, and you'll never stop learning, which is the beauty of this industry. You're never going to be bored and stuff like that. If you're bored, you're probably doing something wrong, or you're stagnating or whatever. But yeah, it's an amazing industry, and there's always so much to learn. And you learn sometimes one thing, you forget another. Happened to me countless times during last 2 decades. So you're never like, I know it all. It's just impossible. There's so much stuff. But welcome to the industry, man. That is very nice to hear. It's good to have new people coming in and blessing us with new perspectives and new ways. And juniors are very important because you are not in the dirt of ideas, right? So very oftentimes it's the juniors that will bring brand new ideas because they're not encapsulated in the sea of these existing ideas, right? They're not already broken by what we already know. So it's actually super important to have new people in the industry, because it's usually these types of people that come up with different ways to also do things. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna round up. I don't actually have a big camera here, but I'll just do it like this. I think I'm gonna round up. It's 11 o'clock here, so I think I just want to go and see my wife. She was washing her hair and stuff, so I think she's done by now. So I'll maybe just let me just put myself over here. I'll just yeah. So we have basically finished something today, which is really nice. That's very good. And tomorrow we're gonna continue with something else, I hope. Or after tomorrow, depends on my day tomorrow. But let's round it up. Thank you everybody for being here, especially you guys who keep coming back for such a long time. I appreciate you very much. I wouldn't be streaming, as I'm sure you know. Cassie, I love you, dude. Thank you very much for coming back as well. Thank you guys as well. Thank you so much. I genuinely mean it. Thank you. Kirill, thank you very much for coming, man. I appreciate so much when you're here. I still treat you as a part of this team, so if you ever want to come back, if ever time and life or desire or whatever lead you there, you're always welcome. So just always know that. All right, guys, thank you again, and I'll catch you up tomorrow or after tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Cheers.